Hi, this is Marc from Motor Guys, and today we got the 2023 Honda TwinAdventure Sport ES DCT for us to review. Let's go see how this thing rides. So for starters, this thing's got the same engine as before, which is 1100cc class. This one's got an exhaust valve to accentuate that thumper feeling down low, which opens up and lets you have full power when you're up in the RPM range. And that's pretty much anything I gotta say with this engine, because it's great. It's always been great. I'm not sure about the horsepower figures, but it's got way enough power to be interesting. You won't miss it. Second, and the most important feature of this thing is the DCT transmission. DCT goes for dual clutch transmission. It's like in your cars. Certain cars, high-end cars, have these. There's two clutches that get electronically actuated by the computer. I'll be honest with you, I'm more of a clutch guy, but I get it for someone who doesn't want a clutch. There's some modes down here, down low in the dash. You'll be able to see what type of, how aggressive, because now it's in drive mode. Now I put it in sport mode. You see it here, and I put it to the maximum sportiness. I find it, when you want to have fun, you better put it in manual mode. There's a minus and a plus button up here that you can actually see. I can shift it when I'm in sport mode, and if I don't shift it for a while, it's gonna shift for me. I like the manual mode a lot better, but in auto mode, like I said, it's gonna be a wee bit sluggish. And if you want it to downshift, you really gotta turn the throttle right down, give it full throttle, otherwise it won't downshift. It's a little bit of a deception for me, but for Mr. Average Joe, especially the long rider, the guys that go for long touring rides and stuff like that, hundreds or thousands of kilometers and stuff, it's the way to go. It's supposed to be as intelligent, and the ECU is supposed to calibrate itself to the way you drive, so it should get better with time. This is a press unit, so I can't really count and judge the adaptability of the transmission. But it does the job. It's fine. It's just, for me, the performance maniac in me goes, yeah, meh. But it's fun to see the machine and feel the machine shift for you. But if you want to, downshift it, it works. Suspension. On the suspension side, I have no problems with the suspension. It's a Showa, it's electronic. That's the only fizzimajig on the Adventure Sport ES. That's the only thing that really bothers me, is that suspension, because I've tried right. I tried to work around it, adjust it, and I don't read manuals. I read about the features and all this stuff. I can't adjust it, for the love of God, I can't adjust it. So it's not really intuitive. Now there's some modes here. You can play with modes, a touring mode, and all of this doodads, urban. There's a few configurable user modes, but I guess those things are done probably inside an app on the phone, which for me absolutely sucks. Auto canceling flashers, how quaint. But the handling is good, it's nice and precise, and it's riding on Metzeler Karoo Street tires, which on an adventure bike makes a little bit of sense, especially if the user is mostly, like most adventure bikes are going to be used like 90% on road. It's a good tire, but noisy though. The front tire is very noisy. Around the 70 to 90 click range, you can hear it buzz down the road. It's not bad, but still annoying if you're you know, you just hear the thing. So yeah, but extremely good handling, very good base compound. Should actually last for a long while. Plus you got traction control on this stuff, and this is something I'm gonna get into. The menu to surf, features, adjust stuff and all this stuff is absolutely horrible. This is one of the worst ones I've sampled yet. You can get around it and all this stuff, but if I need to read a brick or use an app to navigate or adjust features on the bike, I'm out. So nope. I always criticize that on just about every motorcycle that I ride, that I review. I've been reviewing motorcycles in French for about 7 or 8 years. Decided to go English for you other kooky Canadians out there that are like me. And I make my reviews a little bit special because I don't ride the bike first. I get the bike, put the cameras on the bike, and I go ride the bike. That's the way I do it. So you get my real first impressions of the bike, and that's about it. So it's practically the most horrible menu that I've surfed. I tried to work with in a long time. It's why? Because this machine is such a great handling. The performance is good. I'd buy the clutch unit myself, but still, even in DCT trim, I love it. Suspension is great. See, I'm just going through these bumps and you don't hear my voice going, "Aah." It's just that good. This is a real adventure bike. By the way, you know, the Africa Twin is the bike that's restarted, but started the adventure trend way back when, started to make it popular, because before it was KTM and KTM and KTM making adventure bikes. Then Honda got into it. Yamaha got into it with the big Teneris, the Tenere 1200, and now the T7. But back then, you had like two real adventure bikes. I'm talking about. You had the Tenere 1200, and you had the Africa Twin. And honestly, the Africa Twin is the one I would have chosen, and I still to this day love this bike. I love the ergonomics. I'm a big and tall guy. I'm almost 6'3", 230 odd pounds, and the ergonomics fit me well. Another friend of mine, I've ridden this bike, he's like 5'7", 5'8", about 150 pounds. Love the ergos. So the ergos are adaptable on the bike. It's a very, very good package, but the electronics suck. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Honda. I'm really am. I wish you guys would have done better. Seating position is great on this thing. There's a new windshield for this year, I was told, and again with the hole, it's the new trend. They put holes in windshields, and this decreases buffeting like tenfold. So there's no buffeting or very little buffeting on this. No, actually, this bike is something else. Just to get back to electronics, there's an ECU system in there with a 6-axis gyro and all this stuff, which makes most of this stuff automated. It's got traction control, it's got lean angle control, so, and the ABS is also adjustable. know, you got the regular off-road and all this stuff, but it's still this is a system that on the road or on you know, on gravel, except on very big off-road, you know, like really tough off-road, but everywhere else the electronics on these bikes, except for the menus, the electronic on this bike are bar none one of the best in this price category. Because if you want to get the same stuff, let's say from another manufacturer, you're gonna have to go and spend thousands more. I never thought I'd say a Honda was cheaper, because they are expensive, but this is 23,000, almost 200 bucks. So, you know, it's, I can't say inexpensive, but for the features you get, plus the Honda name, the reliability, if you want to save $1,000 for the manual, the clutch, the manual clutch unit, you save $1,000. You know, it's a deal, it's a bargain. Well, it's not a bargain, they're expensive, but in the market, with a package that works right out of the box. And there's no limit on the features, because this thing's got cruise control and off-road ABS and all this stuff. And you don't have to pay extra like a certain brand. Everything, you get it, everything, when you buy it, and everything works, it's going to keep on working. There's no subscription model. Thank you, Honda. So you get exactly what you paid for, and no subscriptions. So yeah, would I buy this in manual shift and the base trim? I'd buy it. With this trim, I just love the reactive suspension on it. Yeah, I'd buy it, but in manual. In DCT, it depends on your riding style and what you expect out of a bike. DCT is nice, it's wonderful, it works, but I prefer a manual bike. I'm an old fart, what can I say? But one thing I can say about the DCT system from Honda is it's dead reliable, and I mean it. Very, very rare that I've heard about failures. I haven't seen hundreds of failures and stuff like that, and very, very high mileage bike. I got a buddy of mine, Marc, he's got like 70,000 clicks on it. It still runs and drives just like the day he bought it, you know, with basic maintenance, understand. But that's it, I'd buy it. So this is it. Well, yeah, I like it. So if you like what we do, please give us a thumbs up to know that you enjoy our free content, and at the same time makes the algorithms in YouTube and Facebook show our you know, Canadian made videos to other viewers like you. So please subscribe to our channel. It's ATV Guys, Motor Guys. So I'm Marc, the guy in front of me is Jason, and we're the Motor Guys. And guess what? We're keeping on riding. Later.